Hello everyone, and welcome to this video on how to fold a unit origami box or cube. Unit origami basically takes several smaller folded origamis and puts them together to make one piece. So in this case, what we're going to be doing is folding 6 pieces of origami and then putting them together to make a box or a cube. Alright, for this, I actually picked origami paper that was the same color on both sides. And actually what I did is I have different colored sheets so that you can see when they're put together where the actual pieces go in relation to each other. Now, unfortunately, I only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors, and I need 6 pieces to make this unit origami, so we're going to have 2 blue pieces, but it should still come out pretty clear. Alright, so I'm starting with my square piece of paper, and as I said, this is same color on both sides. So if you're going to use regular origami paper, you need to make sure that when you've folded this, the color for the most part is on the outside, but the way this is folded, there's going to be a lot of white and color involved when you're doing it. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with our square piece of paper, and we're simply going to fold it in half so that we get a rectangle. Just like our other origamis, it's very important that everything is lined up as straight as possible. With unit origami, we want to make sure all the units are the same size, because if they're not, when we try to stick them together, it's going to create problems. Now this paper is actually quite difficult to fold with because it's almost like it's coated with like a wax coating. It would make a nice water bond, that's for sure, because the paper wouldn't fall apart. Alright, so now I unfold it and I have a valley fold running down the center. And what I want to do is I want to fold this edge right to the line, and I want to fold this edge right to the line. So I'm going to fold the edge in so that it's right on the line that I had already folded. Making sure we have nice strong creases. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And then to test it, so once I have it like this, to test it, I'm going to fold the whole thing in half and make sure that everything fits. And this crease here is fine. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it'll be actually a little poofy because of the pieces in there. But as you can see, these are a little sticking up. So what I want to do is once it's folded like that, I want to crease it. Okay, now I can open it back up again. Alright, so now that I have this folded in half this way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and turn it over so that the opening part is face down. Now, it doesn't matter if you do this, fold this up or down, as long as you always do it the same way on your right side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right side and fold it up 45 degrees like this. As long as it's consistent, I could fold it down, but it has to always be the same on all 6 pieces. So I fold it up. Then I turn it, and I fold it up again. See, I'm always folding up. If you want to fold down, you can fold down, but you always have to fold down. And I'm going to do the same exact thing. So what I'm left with is a piece that looks like this. So now I'm going to fold these little triangles, this one and this one. I'm going to fold them over to make them go away. The nice thing about unit origami is most of the time the actual folding of the origami is easy. The hard part is putting the stuff all together. Alright, so now we only have 2 more folds, and then we're done with this one little piece of our unit. And what we're going to do for that is I'm going to take this tip and I'm going to fold it down to here. I'm going to take this tip and fold it up to here. So basically I'm going to fold this one down, I'm going to turn it around and do the same thing. I'm going to fold this one down, I'm going to fold this one up. So we end up having a box. Alright, so I'm going to fold this piece down to this corner and crease it. And then I can turn this over if I want, and I'm going to fold this one over to that corner as well. Increase it. All right, so here we go. Here we have our first piece, and the way we're going to leave it is like this, with the two pieces sticking straight up 90 degrees from the surface. So I need 5 more of these, and these are going to be the surfaces of my cube or my box. All right, so I'm going to turn the video off. I'm going to fold the remaining 5, and then I'll be right back to put them together for you. All right, hi everyone, and welcome back. Okay, so I folded all, let's see here, I have the one I folded initially. I folded all 6 of these because if you think about it, a cube has 6 sides, so we need 6 of these pieces. And as I said before, we only had 5 different colored sheets of paper, so 2 of the sheets are going to be the same color. So here are my 6 pieces, and what you're going to do is if you look at this is going to be the side of the cube, the flat part. And if you look, there's actually a little pocket on both sides here. And what we're going to do is, let's take the blue one, it'll be easier to see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to stuff it underneath and through to make a square here. Now, on the other side, what I want you to look at is notice how this little flap here is on the opposite side from where this one is. You don't want that stuck underneath like this. You can do it that way, but the box or the cube will tend to fall apart. So you want it on the opposite side. So it's almost like it's pinching the yellow between the 2 pieces of blue. All right, so there's that piece going through. Now let's take another one. So this is how I usually start. I'll do one out each direction, and I'll put this one underneath. Sometimes it's a little tricky on this side. So right now, this is going to be the one side of the cube, and we have 2 other sides right now, here and here, that we have. All right, so I did those 2. Now I need to do the next side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, it doesn't really matter what order you do this in. I'm going to actually do this piece right here. Let's try with an orange one. So I'm going to stick the orange one through on this, with this through the green one, and on the blue. Now if you notice, the yellow actually lays down over the top of that. So I need to somehow cram this piece in that little pocket. And you got to be careful that you don't rip it. Sometimes it's very easy to rip the paper when you do that. This is that wax coated paper, so it's not really that bad. All right, so now I have this side complete. I have part of that side complete. And as you can see, this side and this side are pretty much big holes still. All right, so let's see. I want to do the blue where I'm not going to, I guess the blue is going to touch no matter what. So let's put the blue, this extra blue one I have, through right here. Just make sure this little flap is always on the opposite side. If you look in here, you can see, not very well, but you can see that those flaps are always on the other side. Okay, so let's go, I guess I'll go this way. All right, so I'm going to put the blue in the green, just like that. So now that side's done. And come over to this, to the blue over here. Now, obviously it's going to be blue and blue, so we're going to have a side that's got a little, oh, that just came apart. As you can see, sometimes it's a little tricky when you're doing this, especially at this angle when you're on a camera, I guess. All right, and then I'll put this side in over here. Good. And now I just have to cram this yellow piece in. Fantastic. So now we only have, you can kind of open these up too if you want to, so you can kind of see what's going on. We only have this one piece left. And if you get stuck, a lot of times people that are doing this will be like, well, how do I know where to put the thing next? Well, if you look over here, there's only one color going through this blue. Now I know over here we have blue all the way around, but that's actually the blue one going in. So I'm going to put the red into the side where there's not a color. And I'm going to bring it across to the other side. And put it into the orange over here. Making sure that those little flaps are all hanging down right. Now the last piece, I actually am going to take, this is a little more challenging, especially the very last one. That one's not bad. I can push that right in. But the green, I'm going to have to actually bend it a little bit to try to get it in there. And we push it in. So there you go. We have a Origami Unit Box or cube. Sometimes it's called a modular origami. What's nice about this is it's hollow. So for gifts, you can make a fairly large cube. And then before you put the top, that last piece on that we just put on, you can put a smaller cube inside that, and a smaller cube inside that, and a smaller cube inside that, and then finally put the present inside the very smallest one. So you'll have several cubes inside of each other. And this is pretty sturdy. It doesn't fall apart. You can't put water in it like a water bomb, but it's definitely quite sturdy. All right, see you next time. Good luck folding.